Hiram Stevens Maxim was born in Sangerville, Maine, in 1840. He grew up in a modest family and started working young, learning practical skills early on. Maxim's curiosity about how things worked drove him to tinker and invent from childhood. He didn't attend university. Instead, he learned by doing, apprenticing with a carriage maker and working in workshops. This hands-on experience gave him a deep understanding of mechanics and materials. As a young man, Maxim tried many jobs, gaining experience with steam engines and gas lighting. He even invented a new mousetrap, showing his inventive spirit early. Always searching for ways to improve things, Maxim's early inventions were clever, if not yet world-changing. In the early 1880s, Maxim moved to England to work for an electrical engineering company, but his mind was always on his own ideas. It was in England that he would develop his most famous invention. This invention would make his name known worldwide. It would change warfare forever. The Maxim gun, the world's first true machine gun. The idea for the machine gun didn't come from a love of war, but from a challenge. A friend told Maxim, "If you want to make money, invent something that helps Europeans cut each other's throats more easily." This blunt advice made Maxim think. He noticed the powerful recoil of rifles, energy most saw as a nuisance. Maxim saw potential. What if that wasted energy could power the gun itself? Earlier rapid-fire guns like the Gatling needed a hand crank and were heavy and slow. Maxim wanted a gun that loaded, fired and reloaded itself using only the recoil. He began experimenting, determined to harness the force of each shot. The idea was simple but revolutionary. Let the gun do all the work. The recoil would eject the empty cartridge, load a new bullet and fire again. As long as the trigger was held and bullets fed in, the cycle would repeat. No cranks, no manual effort, just pure automatic fire. This was the breakthrough that would change weaponry forever. Maxim's vision was a gun that could fire continuously, powered by its own shots. The world's first true automatic machine gun was about to be born. Maxim's machine gun was a marvel of engineering. It was the first weapon to power itself, using the recoil from each shot. When fired, the barrel slid back, triggering a series of levers and springs. This movement unlocked the bolt, ejected the empty cartridge, and pulled a new bullet into place from a fabric belt. The bolt then pushed the new bullet into the chamber and locked itself, ready to fire again. All of this happened in a split second, much faster than any human could manage. The Maxim gun could fire hundreds of rounds per minute, but rapid fire created intense heat. To solve this, Maxim added a water jacket around the barrel. The water absorbed heat, allowing the gun to fire longer without overheating. This cooling system was crucial for sustained fire. The gun's design was simple, reliable, and deadly efficient. It set the standard for all automatic weapons that followed. Maxim's invention was not just a gun, it was a machine built for relentless firepower. It changed the face of warfare forever. The Maxim gun revolutionized warfare. Before its invention, battles relied on lines of soldiers and rifle fire. The machine gun made these tactics obsolete and deadly. A single Maxim gun could unleash the firepower of hundreds of riflemen. Defenders with machine guns could stop much larger attacking forces. Frontal assaults became almost impossible. Attackers faced a wall of bullets, soldiers dug trenches for protection, and no man's land became a killing zone. Trench warfare dominated World War I with armies stuck in stalemates. The psychological impact was immense. The sound alone was terrifying. The machine gun made war more industrial, less about individual bravery. It forced military leaders to rethink their strategies. The era of massed infantry charges was over. Warfare became about firepower, cover, and survival. The Maxim gun was the symbol of this new mechanized age. It changed not just tactics, but the very nature of battle. The Maxim gun first saw action in colonial wars. British forces used it in Africa, like during the Matabele War, where a few guns devastated much larger forces. The gun's power was clear. It could decide battles with sheer firepower. In the Russo-Japanese War, both sides used machine guns, showing their impact even between modern armies. Defensive positions with machine guns were nearly impossible to overrun. Heavy casualties warned of what was to come. World War I cemented the machine gun's deadly reputation. On the Western Front, millions died, many to machine gun fire. Battles like the Somme and Verdun became infamous for slaughter. Generals tried mass attacks, but machine guns cut them down. Armies adapted, soldiers advanced in smaller groups using cover. tanks and aircraft were developed to break the deadlock. The machine gun forced innovation in weapons and tactics. It became the symbol of industrialized warfare. Its legacy was a battlefield transformed by relentless automatic fire. The Maxim gun was met with both awe and dread. Some military leaders resisted it, clinging to old tactics and ideas of honor. Others saw its power and quickly adopted it to gain an edge. A few guns could give a small force the firepower of an entire regiment. For colonial powers, it was a tool of control, but many were horrified by its killing capacity. Pacifists condemned it as a symbol of humanity's worst instincts. The idea that one man could kill hundreds in minutes was deeply troubling. The machine gun raised new ethical questions about war. Hiram Maxim himself believed his invention might make war too terrible to fight. He hoped its horror would deter future conflicts, but the reality was the opposite. Wars became deadlier. The machine gun made combat more impersonal and industrial. It forced the world to confront the dark side of technological progress. Its legacy is both a triumph of invention and a warning. Maxim's machine gun left a permanent mark on history. It didn't prevent war, it changed it. Old tactics vanished, defense dominated attack. Trench warfare and mass casualties defined World War I. The need to overcome machine guns led to tanks, aircraft, and new tactics. Maxim's use of recoil energy inspired generations of weapon designers. Automatic rifles, submachine guns, and cannons all trace their roots to his invention. The machine gun became a symbol of both human ingenuity and destruction. It showed how technology could reshape the world, for better or worse.